guys, it's Michaela,
And it's Skylin.
and welcome to the Grimoires podcast.
So today we're doing our very first podcast. So we're gonna go over a couple things. Actually, let me go grab my notes. Ready? Let's get started. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go over a couple things. So of course we're gonna do our intro, how we met, why we started the podcast,
What we're going to be doing on the podcast, some of our personal paranormal experiences.
and then talking about the movie House on Eden, and then some books that we're going to be reading.
Yes.
So we did our intros. That was pretty
Yeah.
easy. So let's just start off on like how we met.
How we met, yeah.
So we met at work.
We worked in different departments.
Yes.
But close by each other.
Mm-hmm.
She started coming around my office all the time and always talking to me and distracting me from my work.
Okay, I'm sorry. I am a big social butterfly.
Yes.
So I meet somebody and I just like latch on and I'm like, oh, hi, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, actually, I think it started before that. It was that work trip that we went on.
Yes.
That neither of us wanted to be there.
Yes,
and
it was.
You were friends with one of my coworkers, and then we kind of all started talking on that trip, and that's kind of how it started.
Because we were all like, they like separated us in like these different groups, but we were always in the same group. Yes. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we cried. We cried together.
Yeah, we did. But yeah, and then she started coming around the office and bugging me while I'm trying to do my work all the time. And we started hanging out.
Yep.
And then I moved to South Carolina from New Mexico, which is where Sky currently lives.
And I am now in South Carolina.
Yes.
At Michaela's house because I needed a vacation.
Yes.
Because work was driving me insane.
When doesn't work drive us insane?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been here for a couple of days, and I'll be here the rest of the week. And then after that, we'll be doing separate location videos, but we're going to be doing our podcast together.
Yes.
Which I'm excited. We're gonna, do some, testing out how we can get everything all figured out. And then like try to shoot for like getting together, doing some vlogs, doing, together podcasts. Let's
at least like once a year, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's get into like maybe like what we're planning for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like what kind of theme, as you can really tell.
I'm sure you can tell. It's a spooky, witchy type theme.
Ghosty.
Yeah.
So.
But we started because you've always wanted to start a podcast.
Yes, 100%.
And we had talked, like, before I left, we had talked about maybe like having me on her podcast.
I did.
And then one day I texted her and I was like, did you ever start that podcast? And she's like, no, not yet. And I was like, well, what if we started a podcast together?
And that would be so fun.
Right? Like, and so we decided, like, when she came out here is when we were going to start it. That way we could be together for the first couple podcast videos. And then after that, like she said, we'll be filming from separate locations, but still doing it together.
Yes.
Yeah. And then obviously, like we said, spooky vibes. So, talk about like paranormal things.
Yep.
We also do want to talk about some books, maybe some paranormal books, some spooky books.
Ooh, some and maybe some books that I suggest that you should read.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that we got a really good plan and everything. Yeah.
We also
No, I was just saying, like, what else are we gonna do?
Some ghost hunting, hopefully.
Yes.
We want to try to do some ghost hunting. We want to try to maybe do some like paranormal stories, things that we find. Yeah. Some true crime, possibly.
Ooh, true crime. Yes. Yeah. Now let's get into like the paranormal, vibe and talk about our like, maybe first or one of our like biggest to remember paranormal experiences.
Yeah.
All right. Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right. So I'll start off with my big and like my most memorable paranormal experience. This goes through like my entire childhood. It's very like prominent to me. to get into my first, or like I guess wouldn't be my first, but like my most like memorable paranormal experience definitely goes throughout a couple years of my life. I guess specifically like my younger as a child life.
I feel like that's when most things happen, is like children see a lot of paranormal things. Or have you ever heard those stories of like kids claiming that they were from
like the Titanic and
yes
stuff?
Yes, because I feel like children are just so innocent, and things like how
they're so open to the other plane. Like we could call it either other plane or like the upside down. I wouldn't say upside down, but like the other
the
plane.
paranormal.
Yeah, the paranormal side of things, because like I just even like before I even get into it, because like this is like that was a really good like segue. Like I used to babysit a lot, and there was this girl that I babysat, like family friends, still friends.
Yeah.
And we were in my aunt's garage, and she was like talking to somebody. I was like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" And she goes, "Oh, her." I'm like, "Who?" "Oh, the girl in the corner."
Not the girl in the corner.
Yes, I kid you not.
Like imaginary friend, or just the girl in the corner?
I was like, what's their name? I don't know. And like we were playing on like this tiny trampoline with like dolls and everything, and I'm not kidding you. I was like, let's go back in the house.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
don't
get like
blame
a snack. I was scared, and like I think the reason why it like scared me so much is because I always kind of feel like I don't think I'm like uber like connected to the other side or like that plane.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I have like inklings and stuff. Like I 100% believe in the other side and everything. I wouldn't say like I'm a medium and stuff, but I might be like an empath and stuff, because there's been like multiple times where like how like someone feels like they're looking at you.
Yeah.
Like I get that feeling a lot, or I walk into a house or a building and I'm like, I don't like the vibe. I just feel like something bad happened here, or it's just like not giving a good
it's
a
just
good
feelings
aura.
that you get, not necessarily like
I haven't like really personally like seen them. Like I mean, I have, in my opinion, but like if I were to like, I don't see it 24/7. I'm not always like keened in or tuned in to that stuff, but I definitely think like I may be like like an empath in some way. But that leads me into like my story and everything. So when my mom and dad moved, it was before I even hit kindergarten, so I was like 4 or 5, 6, you know. But when we moved into our house, it's like a split foyer. So you walk into the front door, you walk downstairs, you walk upstairs.
Right.
So the steps going downstairs were all wood, and the steps going upstairs were carpeted.
Okay.
From like the landing.
Yeah.
So my room was the room closest to this, like the split floor, to the stairs going upstairs. And at night, I kept hearing like people walking up and down the stairs, the wooden stairs, because you could hear like the creak and like the stomps and
I know
everything.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so I remember like that happened like a couple days and stuff, and I remember asking my dad, I'm like, why do you keep walking up and down the stairs with your boots on? And my dad was like, I wasn't. I was like, well, somebody was. And that was something that was like always weird. And as well as like I had a cat, her name was Sally. She was all black, but she would be in the basement. And she would sit at the bottom of the steps and she would howl. Like it sounded like she was like saying hello. She would never do that. She wouldn't do that anywhere in the house but downstairs at the bottom of the steps.
So weird.
Yes, very, very weird. And like my garage was always like weird. You always like felt like you had to like turn over your shoulder. Because you just felt like someone was there. It's like someone was watching you. And like our garage like wasn't really finished. Like our basement was, but our garage was like not finished at all. And like our shower was in the basement. So of course,
it's an interesting place for a shower.
Very interesting place for a shower. But then it leads to like my entire family when we were younger used to sleep with our doors open. And I just remember
never sleep with your door open. That is how you let the ghosts in.
Okay. I know, but
that is how you let the ghosts in.
Oh, trust me, it gets even weirder from here. So like, I'd be asleep and stuff. So like how it was set up was my room was across the room from the upstairs bathroom.
Yeah.
Next to the bathroom was my sister's room, and then across was my parents' room.
Yeah.
And which was right next to mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the end of the hallway. So like I'd be like sleeping and stuff, and then like I would just wake up.
Yeah.
Like how you just like wake up and you're like, why am I up?
Yeah.
So I would just wake up.
Was it at the witching hour?
I don't know. I'm a little kid. I didn't have a clock back then, or I didn't understand like the concept of time.
Okay, that's fair.
But I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I'd like the way my bed was like positioned in my room. I could open my eyes and see outside my door.
Yeah.
So every time I'd wake up, I'd look outside my door, and there'd be what I called the Hat Man.
Not to be confused with the Hat Man that you see when you take too much Benadryl.
No, not the Benadryl Hat Man. My Hat Man.
Yes.
So it was, like I would say he was about, between like 6'2" to like 7 foot. Like he was very, very tall. Like he filled the entire doorway.
Like Slender Man?
Not like Slender Man. He wasn't lanky or whatever, but like if you imagine like a guy, like an old, I wouldn't even say older, just like a
really tall guy.
Really tall guy. He wore like a top hat, but it was like an investigator hat, But he had it like his hat was like covering half of his face.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see like half of his face, but he would stand in the hallway. He'd never come in my bedroom. He would never like say anything or speak into me. He would just watch.
Yeah.
And that's what something probably like gave me the biggest or like most uncomfy feeling.
Yeah.
But like I would wake up, I would always see this Hat Man, and he like had his hat is all black, so he like big trench coat, like investigator style. His hat covered his face.
Yeah.
But his face was completely white. You couldn't see his face. You couldn't see his nose, his eyes, his mouth.
You couldn't make out like any features.
No features. It was just you knew that that's his face.
Yeah.
Could not see it. And every time like I'd like wake up, it would startle me because like I'm a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, Mom, Dad, like. Why is this guy standing and like, there's no one there, like go to bed. And like every time there was a storm, I'd love to go into my parents' room.
Yeah.
And I remember like just crying because he was just standing there. And I was like, I can't get to your room, like he's in the way, like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then like I can't remember what led to it, but we ended up starting to close our doors when we go to bed.
Yeah. And
so I get older and everything, like I'm in like I'd say like middle school, and I would still see him or whatever, but it would be only if I left my bedroom door open, because like he never entered our room.
Yeah.
So then this leads to like I want to say like my freshman or sophomore year, I was like in the same house that I saw the Hat Man.
Yeah.
By myself though, and like our front door had like that oval like big window that like lets light in.
Yeah.
So it was letting light in, and like to walk into our kitchen is like just a doorway. You walk up the stairs, walk straight into the kitchen.
Right.
And so I'm like in the kitchen by myself, and I'm like making something.
Yeah.
My back is towards the doorway, towards the stairs that go down with that big window. And I can see like my shadow is very, very light because I'm like farther away from the kitchen door. But like I see my shadow and everything, and I'm making something. But then next thing you know, it is like precise. I just see on the like where the sun is, a shadow just walk behind me, and it scared me to my core because
I bet
the way it looked like someone walked from the hallway to the living room.
Yeah.
And I'm by myself. You could not. You couldn't hear any footsteps or anything.
Yeah.
But I freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I like grabbed the kitchen knife and I like turned around and I'm like sitting in the corner, like in like the fetal position, like oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck is here? Like or what the fuck is here?
Yeah.
Like, you could just feel it. And then my mom came and I was like, oh my god, I swear there's something here, and
absolutely not.
She didn't believe me. She was like, oh, like it was probably just the mailman, this and the other. Like it was not. There was no way it was the mailman.
Yeah.
Like it would have like taken all the light, but it like just the way
for
a
split second. Yeah.
Yes, it was not it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then so, like, a couple years went by and stuff, and I'm in senior year,
Yeah.
and, I, like, get done from work, I get home and stuff, and my mom and dad were like, "Hey, like, once you, like, change this stuff, come back out here, we have something to show you." And so I get changed, I come out, and they're like, "Just watch this." I'm like, "Okay." And they start playing this video, and it's talking about something about, like, something paranormal, something on the ends of that.
Right.
And next you know, I just see this picture, and it's the Hat Man. And I instantly go,
Your
"Hey,
Hat Man?
yes."
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
goodness.
"That's the Hat Man." And then my dad goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought." I said, "How many years
What do
did you
you
say?"
mean?
Yeah, I know. I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You saw him?" My dad was like, "Oh yeah, every time I'd wake up or you'd wake up and so because we'd all wake up around the same time or
Yeah.
whatever." Um, he was like, "I'd see him too, but I didn't want to scare you girls because it's just me and my sister." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, you
You're
were
like,
in
this could have saved me so much.
like the trauma."
Yes, so
And
much trauma.
like my mom, her vision's like uber bad.
Yeah.
So and she was like, "Yeah, I just didn't have my glasses, so I couldn't really see anything."
I didn't
But
have my glasses on. Sorry, I couldn't see.
yeah, and so I was like, "That's insane." And so then my sister, she gets home from work, and as she's walking up, I'm like, "Acacia, you need to watch this and
Yeah.
tell me what you think." We rewinded it, played it, and she goes, "Oh my god, it's the Hat Man." All of us saw this fucking Hat Man in the hallway,
Oh my goodness.
and I'm like, "That's insane." And so, like, ever since then, like, we do not sleep with the door open.
Yeah.
Like, my sister, she's moving out in a couple months. Like, when I moved out and everything, like, they like shifted rooms and
Yeah.
stuff. But like, yeah, never in my life
Mm-mm.
will I like ever experience something so like memorable like that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I call it like my Hat Man, because it's if I could like take it out of my head and show you what I
Yeah.
saw as a kid, insane. You'd be like, there's actually a person there, but
Yeah.
it's not.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's my like parent like when I have multiple
Yeah.
paranormal experiences, but that's my most memorable
Yeah.
paranormal experience. So
Okay, so mine isn't so much like a paranormal
mhm.
experience. It talks, it kind of touches the edge of it, but it's more of just like a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
So, a couple years ago, I was back home for one of my childhood best friend's wedding. And it's like my last night there. I'm at my parents' apartment because they had just moved out of
Mhm.
their old house. We're living in an apartment that our family friend
Mhm.
owned, so like the apartment complex,
Yeah.
he owned it.
So your parents as in like your dad and your stepmom, correct?
Yes, yeah. And we my stepmom, it was me, my stepmom, and my little brother. And her and I both had like a hard cider to drink, and we were just talking about like random things while like watching whatever my little brother wanted to watch because he is 5 now. So I think he was like 3 when I was over there. But anyways, so my stepmom and I are talking, and she was talking about this time that she went and saw a psychic medium.
Mhm.
And little backstory: my biological mother passed away when I was younger. Um, so back to the main story.
Yep.
Um, she went and saw the psychic medium, and she was saying that the psychic like perfectly described my bedroom at the house that they had just moved out of.
Mm.
And she was saying that the psychic said that there was like described a blue chair in my room, which I can tell you exactly where it was. It was in like the back corner
Mhm.
by my bookshelf.
Yeah.
And the psychic said that that's the chair that my mom would sit in and watch me, like watch over me.
Aw.
And so we're talking about it, and my stepmom was saying, well, if that was the case, I think that your mom was there to like watch over you and
Mhm.
protect you, like not trying to be harmful or anything. When all of a sudden we hear this loud bang or loud crashing sound. Mind you, it's nighttime, so it's dark out. And like we look out the window and we don't see anything. So we're like, okay, maybe it was like the upstairs neighbor dropped something really heavy. And we keep continuing on our conversation. And 10, 15 minutes later, maybe, all of a sudden we see red and blue lights flashing outside the window. Yeah. No sirens,
No
just the
sirens, just
lights.
lights.
Just the
Okay.
lights. I don't think like anybody got hurt or anything. It was just the lights.
Okay.
And so you have like my stepmom, me, and my little brother all moving the blinds so we can see out the window because we're trying to be nosy.
Who's there? What's happening?
Right? So we're trying to be nosy and we're looking out the window. We could see like a little bit, but we can't really see much. And the upstairs neighbor had actually gone downstairs and opened like the door to the apartment complex, just like the actual door, and the screen was still closed. And so she's looking outside while my stepmom decides to go and look out there with her. And so my little brother and I are still inside, like looking out the window, while my stepmom comes back in and goes, "That looks like your ex-boyfriend that I dated my senior year of high school." I won't name names, but she's like, "That looks just like him." And I had just found out earlier that week that he worked at a store that was close by my parents' apartment. And so I look out the window and I see somebody standing wearing the company hat, the company shirt, and dressed like waist down, dressed just like how he used to dress.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I think that is him.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, a little backstory about him. He wasn't great, abusive in multiple different ways, but he did go into my room at that house where that chair was, where if my mom was watching over, maybe saw him like not being nice to me or something. So, back to the story. So my stepmom is all being funny. She's like, "Oh, I double dog dare you to go outside and see if it actually is him." And I was like, "All right." And so I put on like a black sweatshirt and I have black sweatpants on. I put my shoes on and put my hood up, and I go to the front door. And I almost didn't go outside.
Yeah.
Because I looked outside and it was him. We made eye contact and it was him.
Oh my god.
I was like, "Oh my goodness." But at that point, he'd already saw me, so it would look kind of suspicious if I just was like, "Nope, go back inside." So I walked out the door and I quickly walked to like the back of the apartment complex and I texted my stepmom. I was like, "You gotta let me back inside." But
did he like recognize you, or do you not know?
I don't think that he did.
Okay.
Like it was dark out. I had a hood on.
Oh, okay.
It's been years since he had seen me. So I don't think that he recognized me. But I don't know why he was over there in the first place, because he does not live anywhere near there. He lives in the next town over, close to my parents' old house.
That's
Yes,
weird.
well, he worked over there, but where they lived, it was like out of the way to go back to his house.
Maybe he was going to like visit like a friend.
Yeah,
or
I don't know why
like
he was over there, but the fact that it was outside of my parents' apartment, right when we were talking about my mother, like watching over me from that chair, and the fact that he'd been there in that house,
100%.
and in my room, we were so freaked out. We were like, that is insane. Like that is some crazy coincidence. Like, what are the odds of that happening? Because like I said, I don't know why he was there. He doesn't know that my parents moved or anything like that. It's not like we still talk. So I don't know why he was there. But the fact that he got into a car accident right out there when we were talking about my mother protecting me.
Yes, that's insane.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I'm not unconvinced that she doesn't still do that, because things, just like little things that could be explained, but also it's like, well, I didn't turn on that light. Did you turn on that light? To my husband, and he's like, no, I didn't do it. So it's just little things that, like, yes, one of us could have done it and forgotten about it, but at the same time, it's been like each house that my husband and I have lived in together,
it's like something's happening.
Something has happened. Yeah. And it's like, it's nothing like nefarious. It's always just little things that could be explained, but neither of us remembers doing it.
Do you think at the 2-story house that you were living, it was 2-story, right?
Yeah.
The 2-story house that you're living in back in New Mexico?
Oh no, it wasn't 2 stories.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
The one where like people were throwing wrenches at your house?
Oh yeah, throwing the tools at our house.
Your mom was like, you know, protecting y'all in a way that like, you know, if like anything happened and stuff, like you guys weren't there, because didn't someone try to break into that house?
No, so I had thought somebody had tried to break in.
Oh, okay.
Once we figured out that the neighbor was throwing tools at our house, we think that's what. So okay, so I came home one day, and I don't know if I had like come home or what, but we had, so you walk into the house, and on the right-hand side, there's one bedroom, which is where we had kept the dogs during the day. Then you have a middle bedroom, which we had a game room, so like there were a lot of electronics in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep walking, and there's the master bedroom. Well, the window of that game room was double paned,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had broken the outside pane
Okay.
of that window.
Oh, okay.
And later on, I found a hammer outside, and I
Mm.
thought somebody like tried to break in, but then heard the dogs barking because I'm sure the
Mm-hmm.
dogs started
Yeah.
barking. Come to find out, it was our drug addict neighbor
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
throwing tools at her house,
Mm-hmm.
and it was probably him that broke the
Mm.
window.
Probably, but do you think maybe like, because
It's
you ended up
it's
moving
quite
out, you
possible,
guys
yeah.
got a different house and everything because of the for some reason your landlord was selling the
Selling that
house but
house,
then
yeah.
never sold it. So
I don't know if she did
oh,
or
you don't know
not.
if she did, but like I mean, could
It's
have
it's very possible.
yeah, like had a
I don't
coincidence.
know. Yeah.
But yeah, talking about like, small things of like, oh, I could have turned on the light, I could
Yeah,
have turned
or
on the light.
I moved this over here. I could have
Hmm.
moved this over here, but I don't remember moving it over
Yeah.
here. But all of a sudden it's in a different place than it
Yeah.
was. Nothing like crazy, not
Yeah.
like, you see in the movies or
Hmm.
anything like that, but just little things here and there that it's like, well, I didn't do that. You
Yeah.
didn't do that.
And
And
who
of
did
course,
it?
we have cats, so
Hmm.
yeah, the cat could have done some of those
Hmm.
things, but
But like turning on
also,
and off lights though, like
yeah.
they have to be like some like trapeze artist or something. Like,
Yeah.
let me jump on the ceiling to get this light,
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like so back in my house, the house that I currently live in and everything, there's stories and stuff that it's actually like our neighborhood and stuff is built on top of Indian burial grounds.
Mm.
On top of like I can walk out my front door, go around
Yeah.
a couple corners and then there's a cemetery, like a personal cemetery right there. But when we first moved in, we didn't have like a lot of furniture or
Yeah.
anything, and my husband, he was at work and I was just by myself,
Yeah.
and I swear I could hear, and like our it's a single floor, like there's
Yeah.
no, you can't get into the attic really
Yeah.
unless you're like doing duct work and everything. There's no basement, it's just a single floor.
Yeah.
But I swear I heard people or someone talking and
Mm-mm.
crawling in the attic. And our to get to our attic and stuff, you get go through the master bedroom
Yeah.
closet. And I was in the master bedroom at the time.
Mm.
I was so scared
I would have been too.
that I like laid flat on my back
Yeah.
on the mattress because like our mattress on the floor because we didn't like we needed to get like
Didn't have a bed frame yet.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we had a bed frame but we didn't have like the
Oh, the box spring?
yeah, the box
Yeah.
spring for it. I was so scared. I laid there and I played videos and stuff. Like I was trying to distract.
Hello?
Wait, what was that?
Hello?
That is insane. Hopefully that's just like one of the decorations or something.
I think it was.
I don't have my glasses on, so I have no clue what it was. And I have a cat.
She's in the window. That shit just fucking fell.
That's insane, dude. What was it?
This.
That was so weird because that was completely on the table.
Was it on the table or was it on the chair?
It was on the table.
Like that?
Yeah. I'm I was
Oh, talking about how
oh
scared
yeah,
you
my
were.
house. So I was complete like I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Like you know how you like just have that feeling of like uneasiness.
Yeah.
I had that being there like by myself,
Yeah.
especially at night, and like it was probably because we didn't have any curtains, and it was
Right.
like where we live, it gets so dark. We don't have any street lights.
Yeah.
And everything. But I stayed like by myself and everything, and like it wasn't even that's the thing. It wasn't dark.
Yeah.
So like I was like maybe it's people outside and stuff, but
Right.
like when people are walking or people are talking, you can't hear like our
Yeah.
neighbors and stuff. Like we share a wall, you cannot hear them.
Yeah.
So I stayed until my husband came home, and I was like, I swear there's somebody in the attic. I don't know what it is. Like, I've heard about people like living in attics and stuff. Like,
Oh, I've heard about that too. That is so scary.
I was like, there has to be somebody in the attic. And
Yeah.
I had him go look, and he lifted up like the panel to go into the attic, and he goes, no one is going to be able to really fit in the attic. It's all like installation and like duct work. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So then a couple months go by. I always get that uneasiness, especially with like our blinds open. Like, so we ended up getting blinds and everything.
Right.
With our blinds open and everything at night, it feels like somebody's watching you. And you know how, like, even if like at school and stuff or like at work, if somebody's staring at you, you can feel it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel every single time. And it's like, and we have like a bunch of turns. You've been to my house and stuff.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of turns and like little like entry corners and stuff.
Yeah.
It always feels like out of the corner of my eye, I keep seeing people, like just one person just peeking over.
Absolutely not.
And I always have that uneasy feeling.
Yeah.
Well, so, a couple months go by and everything, and me and my husband leave to go to like a friend's house or go do something, and we come back, and I go into the bedroom because I need to go into the closet to grab something.
Yeah.
And I go into the bedroom, and the closet light's on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I could have forgotten to turn it off or whatever. Let me just like whatever. So I go in, and I'm like short, like I'm 5'4", so I need we have like a little shelf in our closet. So I had our footstool, like footstep stool in there.
Yeah.
To like put my shoes and stuff on that shelf.
Right.
And I open the door, and I can't open it. Like, it's not like stuck, but
right.
Like, there's
Something's
something
blocking
in the way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like something's in the way. So I push it open, and the light's on, I say, and the footstool
was
is
in front of the door.
in front of the door. And it's like, I didn't do it. There's no way, because there's one door to that closet.
Right, and there's no way if you couldn't even open the door.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could have
closed the door,
like put the stool right there and
Yeah.
shut, like got out and shut the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so like that scared me, because I was like, I didn't do that. And like my husband, he's like, oh, it was me. Like, I did it. And I think he was really just saying that's how I would stop freaking out.
Right.
Because I freaked out
Yeah.
the first time.
I don't blame you.
And then like now, like sometimes like the light will be on. I'm like, I don't remember turning that on, but it's always like, oh,
Yeah.
my husband could have done it.
Right.
I could have done it, not thought about it. But like when my husband was gone for a while, on like a work trip,
Yeah.
he like he has his office and everything. It's our like spare room.
Yeah.
And there's multiple times like I would turn off all the lights at night, because I cannot sleep with like even just like inkling of light.
Yeah.
I'm not a heavy sleeper in general.
Right.
But every time I turn off the light in the hallway, the spare room light would be on. I'm like, I do not go in there.
Yeah.
Unless my husband's asking me like, hey, can you go on my desk, find this paper?
Right.
Send this picture to me,
Yeah.
know, and I'll do that. But I rarely go in there.
Right.
And it was like every week, at least once a week, the light would be on, and I'd have to go in there and turn the light off. And I just always been like, I must be insane. I must have went in there to go do something. Must
have forgotten about it. Yeah.
But it's just weird, because like I always have that uneasy feeling of somebody's watching me. I'm not alone. And yes, I have 2 dogs.
Right.
But it's not like
the dogs are going in there and turning on the light.
No, and that's the thing. It's like, yes, they know how to open doors.
Right.
But they don't like where the light switch is. Like, they are, yes, they're big dogs. I have a I have a German Shepherd and a Saint Bernard. So when I say big dogs, I have a decent.
They're big dogs.
Yes, I have decently big dogs. But like, just like even besides that though, they don't know how to turn on the lights.
Right.
At all. Yeah. And I've never had them turn the lights.
Accidentally
I've only
turn on
had
the light.
them
Yeah.
open doors.
Right.
But yeah, like my house now is very, very unsettling to me. I cannot wait to move.
Yeah.
And get out of there, but it's insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would hate that. I'm glad. Well, besides whatever
just happened, that was very weird.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe it was the fan, but the thing is the fan's pointing towards us and not towards that bag.
Yes. So. And if that was the case, then it would have blown over like a while ago, not when we were talking about paranormal things.
Well, and that's the thing. We were talking about your mom.
Yes.
and like how like, you have all these coincidences of
Mom?
lights being on.
Is that you?
Mommy. Like we were literally just talking about how your mom
I
had like
know.
lights being turned on
Yes.
and things being moved, and you're like, oh, it could
Yes.
be the cats and stuff. And like, so you have 2 cats. Yeah, she has
Yes.
2 cats. This is Meow
Yoshi.
Meow, aka Yoshi.
And Wednesday is over sitting in the window
Yep.
in the sunlight because that's her favorite thing.
Mhm.
And she was over there
Yeah.
when it happened. That was the first thing. I was like, maybe like neither of us has our glasses on right now, so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if maybe she had gone over there and was like trying to jump on the table and knock something over.
And I cannot see, like I can see, but like everything's blurry for me besides like up close.
Yeah.
So,
but no, she was over there and it was on the table and it just
Yoshi's right here.
fell.
So
I don't know.
I don't know. I say let's throw it up into the universe. It is what it is, and it moved. You know.
But on to our next topic, which also is like paranormally. We just watched what day? Monday?
What day is it?
It's
yesterday.
No, we watched it on Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Sunday. We just watched The House on Eden
by Selena Spooky Brew and Call Me Chris.
And it was a little confusing, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like there were parts where I was like, what is happening right now?
Yes.
But it was really good.
Yes. Overall, like a really good like movie for them to like produce it, direct
themselves.
it, you know, and like them be in the movie and everything.
It was so good.
I love spooky movie. I love spookiness, and like that's also probably one of the reasons why I always feel like I'm kind of an empath, because I've always been drawn to spooky movies and ghosts and paranormal. Like I have so many ghost experience, or like I feel like I have ghost experience and stuff, and like I have a bunch of family members who have passed. So like there's times where like I feel like I've encountered like something with them, just like your mom. But like my favorite movie series, I guess it would be movie series, right? Is Paranormal Activity. And that gave me big
it felt very like Paranormal Activity.
It was really good. I love like the acting, like knowing both, like watching them on YouTube and everything, and like being big fans of Selena and Chris. Like you could tell, like, oh, Chris would never do that. Like Selena
Chris would never say this.
Yeah, like, Selena would never call Chris a bitch for like on purpose, like, and being like hostile and mean about it. And like so like those parts I'm like, yes, that's acting.
But I know that they would never do that. And like to each other. I don't know how they are in real life, of course, but like
we never
seeing
met
how they act around each other, that is not something that they would do.
No,
like at all.
But like I think the beginning led up really, really well. I feel like they could have maybe added like a little bit of like, you know, if you haven't watched the movie and stuff, I'm going to be getting into some spoilers or whatever, but like when the hands like was going down to grab
you can
Chris,
see it in the reflection, and then like, she just disappears. But it doesn't go into it. So it seems like again, another spoiler, it seems like there's paranormal things happening, but it ends with like a cult like ritual happening. So that's when I say it was confusing, that's kind of what I was confused about. Was it something paranormal happening, or was it like cult like things that were happening?
Well, and that's the thing.
And it could have been both.
That's the thing. So like there's I think it's the Paranormal Activity, the last one. I want to say it was 6 or 7. That Paranormal Activity starts off, it's all paranormal. It's just basically talking about like the devil and like demons and everything. And then they go and travel, and like this, you know, this entity like goes and follows them around. And at the end, like it's the family's like in a cult, like people they travel and stuff. Like so at the end it like talks about this cult, and then like you get possession, like they end up like getting attacked and dying and everything. So it kind of, I think that's also why. But there was also this movie, I can't remember what the movie was, but very cult like they had a church and stuff. And, oh yeah, this girl was going to go like see her family that she never met. She was like adopted and everything. To find out like they were related, but her mom, because she didn't know her mom because mom passed away, but her mom left the cult because they were trying to sacrifice her, like kill her and everything.
Right.
But that kind of reminds me of that movie, which is Cult. So
okay,
I can see it.
It could have been both, but that was the only part that I thought was like really confusing. It was more just like, what is happening right now? Like, are we focusing on the paranormal aspect of it? Are we focusing on the cult aspect of it? Like,
it was a good blend.
Yes,
but like
a little confusing just
yeah.
because there's so much happening that they don't really have time to explain what's happening like they do in their like ghost hunting videos. Which I get, it was for the movie.
Yeah.
But I think I would be less confused if there was like a quick little like panicked like, okay, so here's what's happening, guys. Like this happened and this person's missing and just like just a quick little explanation would have
like where like when did like I know that Jay, because that's like another character in the movie. I think Jay was like, I'm going outside, but he didn't say like I went outside to smoke.
No, I think he did.
Maybe
I think when he was walking out, he was like, I need a cigarette. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Maybe did say maybe I need a cigarette. Yeah, that's true. But like they went straight into like an investigation without being like, Jay is supposed to be the cameraman and stuff, like supposed to help out with like recording them, and Jay wasn't there. And they didn't like seem like, they didn't say like, oh, let's wait for Jay, let's just set this up, let's talk about anything. They just went into the investigation, which I think was weird.
But of course, it was for a movie, and we understand that it wasn't supposed to be like their traditional like ghost hunting videos that they do. It's just little things that I think would have added a little bit more to the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
But all in all, it was a really good movie. There was a couple good jump scares that got her a couple of times.
Yes. Well, yes. They like went to go open like, you know how like the old doors to go into like a kitchen or like a dining room and stuff. So they had that in the movie at the house or whatever. And they're like, okay, let's go into the kitchen. Or not the kitchen, the dining room.
The dining room, and Selena goes to open it, and Chris
goes to open it, and Selena's just standing there, and it startled me. I was like, ugh. And I like grabbed onto like Michaela, and I was like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. It wasn't even the jump scare, and I jump scared myself.
But it was a really good movie.
Yes, it was. It was really good.
Yeah,
like I feel like if they like made another one, like I would 100% watch it.
Yeah, me too.
And the thing is like they added like Sammy Colby and like this, so it was so like based on like stuff that they would do.
Yeah, like actually do in real life.
Yeah, who they would talk
to.
And
it felt like another video at first.
Oh yeah.
And then of course the things start happening and the arguing, and that's what made it feel different than their actual videos.
Yeah, which also kind of makes sense though, because
it made it feel more like a movie.
Yeah, like a movie. And then the thing is like, if you become possessed and stuff, like it can happen like right away, or it can happen progressively. Like someone who's like bubbly like myself and stuff, who becomes more aggressive, more rude, more like sharp and hostile. Those are signs of possession. So I can totally see that, and maybe that's what they were like going for, which makes it a really good movie. For like doing your research and everything. So so that was a really, really good movie.
It was. I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I think we should maybe do like maybe there's another like scary movie that's coming out and everything. Oh, the Conjuring movie. The new Conjuring movie that's coming out soon. Like I'm going with some of your old people that you worked with in your like department and everything, and we're gonna go see it. I don't know, they're setting it up and stuff. I just have to get into like the group chat and like see when. But we're gonna go see that. So maybe if you go see it, because it's supposed to come out like the 15th of September or the 5th of September. I can't remember the exact date.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go and like watch it and stuff, and then we could go and like talk about it on our next episode.
Yeah.
But that leads us into
our last topic.
Yes.
Which is books.
I love books.
I do too. I've read like over 100 books just this year.
That's crazy already.
Yes.
I have not, but just because work has been keeping me busy, like tasking me with a bunch of taskers and everything.
Yeah.
But like I feel you. I did finish like a bunch of books like Haunting Adeline, Hunting
Oh,
Adeline.
I loved those.
Oh my god,
The
they're
second
so
one,
good.
Hunting Adeline.
Hunting Adeline.
The first part was so hard to read, but I also
Yes.
wanted to keep reading it because I knew that it was only going to get better.
Yes.
But I really struggled reading some of it. And
Same.
but like it was real.
Mhm.
And I really liked that.
Yeah.
Like how real it was, and it's not supposed to make you feel good.
No, it's
Talking
not.
about those things. It's supposed to make you feel sick. You should feel disgusted by those things that are happening. And it did. It did exactly what it was supposed to.
100%.
And then the second part, it was so
second
good.
part was so good.
So good.
But yeah, I 10 out of maybe let's rate it out of 5. 5 out of 5 stars for that book.
Yes.
For all that and everything. Like I got Where's Molly, and I
liked Where's Molly. Did you read the Phantom?
No, I have not read The Phantom. I haven't read Satan's Affair. I haven't even. I'm like in Where's Molly, but I haven't. I just got to the part for Where's Molly where she runs into some guy.
Yeah.
That like helped her.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Okay. Like, I just got to that part, so I haven't finished.
Okay, so all I'll say with the Phantom is, you know how in Haunting Adeline they talk about like she talks about how her grandmother also she finds out that her grandmother also had a stalker type situation.
It's about him.
It's about her grandmother, but they just like play way too much into it.
Okay.
I feel like it's just so like overdone at that point. It just feels very repetitive and like they're trying too hard to make it a prequel.
Okay, I can see that.
But it was good. Don't get me wrong. Like it was good. It just felt like it was trying too hard to stick with like the stalker like whole thing that they had going on. And yes, I like that there was that connection, but at the same time, you don't need to keep repeating it to make it the same story, basically.
Yeah. Like, so, so which book did you read first?
Haunting.
Haunting? Okay, so did I. I went to Haunting, and now I'm at Where's Molly.
Yeah.
But I guess you're supposed to read Satan's Affair first. About Sibby?
No, because that wouldn't work.
You read that one already?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't work.
Okay, because like I don't know where I actually saw it, but I was like, you're supposed to read Satan's Affair and then Haunting Adeline and then Haunting Adeline and then Where's Molly? And I was like, okay, that's weird though, because we didn't meet Sibby until.
It wouldn't work like that.
It wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
Parts of it could work, but it wouldn't work like that.
Okay.
No.
Makes sense.
I feel like if you were to do like the Phantom first and then Haunting, then it might not feel like they're trying too hard for it to be a prequel. And then Hunting, and I feel like it could go either Satan's Affair or Where's Molly at that point. So, talking about books, for my birthday, which is coming up in 2 days, it'll be already past by the time this comes out, but is right now, as we're recording this, it is in 2 days. She, my lovely best friend, got me a whole bunch of gifts, way too much if you ask me, but one thing that she got me is this book, which she got herself the same one.
I did.
So that is going to be the first book that we read together. And are we gonna do like read the whole book and then talk about it, or do we want to get like find like a halfway point and do it that way?
Yeah, let's do like a halfway point because like I am like a person who what do you call it, like splits it. Not splits it. I read 2 books or like 2 or 3 books at a time. There's sometimes where like I get addicted to a book and I'll finish it in like one day.
Me too.
So let's like find a halfway point, and then we'll read a halfway point, talk about how we feel, because at some points like if the book isn't good and stuff, we're just like DNF. We're not gonna finish it.
Right.
So
yes, this is going to be the first book that we read, called Heartless Hunter. And I'm very excited to read it.
I'm really excited. I heard that it's supposed to be like a mixture between Fourth Wing and the ACOTAR series.
Okay. So I've read Fourth Wing. I've hasn't. Read ACOTAR. I really like Fourth Wing. Again, she hasn't read it yet.
Yep.
I've only read the first book in ACOTAR, and it's going to be controversial, but it was I haven't read any of the other ones, so I can't really form an actual opinion. But I wasn't a huge fan of the first one.
I'm trying to convince her to read the second book, and I told her it's gonna get better in the second book. I love the ACOTAR series, like Sarah J. Maas. Like, I really think she's a really, really good author.
Yeah.
But you just have to. You have to at least.
So we'll see. Maybe that'll be something that I will do, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I can be like, "Ooh, what do you feel like?
Right.
What's your opinion?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But with that, I think that brings us
to a close.
To a closing.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
If you stayed this long.
Yep.
If you did, leave us a cat emoji for Yoshi.
Yep.
Or a ghost emoji for whatever the heck happened over there earlier.
Yeah, that was...
Cat emoji or a ghost emoji, whatever you want.
Whatever you think is more intriguing.
The cat.
Miss Yoshi or something falling over. I don't even know if they heard that.
I don't know if they did or not.
We'll see.
But I think you get when we both look over there and are like, what the heck was that?
Yeah. But thank you for watching. Comment below what you kind of want to see next.
Yeah.
If you like the way we're set up and everything. And then,
of course, it won't always be like this because she does have to leave at some point, unfortunately.
I don't want to.
I don't want her to leave either. But
sad.
You have to.
I know. But I think this is a good adieu, and we will see you later.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye.